Hey, welcome back to another RSG Lunch stream. It's Friday, it's time to party. I'm your excellent host, Ranger J 1999, and always with me is Dr. Finn. Party on, Dr. Finn.
Party on, Ranger.
Excellent. And we're bringing you an excellent show. Wayne's World reference for you guys out there that are too young to know.
Wayne's World? That's like way back in the day.
I know. I thought it was kind of cool. And you were right on top of it, Finn, like you always are. Welcome to the Lunch Stream. Lunch Stream is where we just kind of hanging out with you great folks and kind of shoot the shit and hang out and just kind of talk Star Wars Galaxy Heroes Shop and answer your questions and just kind of hang out for an hour. It's down to the wire. Territory Wars is going to be close. Another close match for us. Finn, how's your Territory War going?
It was close. It was a nail biter, but just a little while ago, they broke through one of our territories and now starting to pull away a little bit. And for those of you that don't know, my guild, the RSG Psy Guild, is facing Crazy Excuses Guild. And we had a fun wager on the territory war. So the loser would go onto the winner's YouTube channel and make a video or a stream of some kind where they sing karaoke of the song of the winner's choosing. So last night, for whatever reason, Crazy was up really late, and I ended up just waking up randomly in like the middle of the night at like 3 a.m. my time, and Crazy was still up. So I think there was some tension with the territory war, and it was really close at that time. But now they have started to pull away, so it looks like at some point I will be singing a song of Crazy's choosing.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I have no idea what she's gonna. She was. I think she had suggested something earlier in the chat. Hold on, let me tell you. She had. What was her song that she was suggesting? Hold on, I'm scrolling up. It was early this morning. Like I said, we were just like both randomly up in the morning for some god awful reason. And where is it? Man, I've been up since like 4 a.m. on our Discord. What the hell?
What's wrong with you?
It's so awful. There it is. Okay, so Crazy. She was trying to convince people in my guild, and Sith Lord is in the RSG Discord, so trying to convince everyone to not sing something. So she was Gin and Juice is currently the song of choice that she has for me singing right now.
I'll help you with it, Finn.
Or she also had It's Raining Men with me doing a mandatory sprinkler.
Well, whichever one. So if it's Gin and Juice, I'll help you. If it's Raining
She can still pick something else.
She could. Well, I'll help you, Finn.
Gin and Juice would be a good one for Finn.
Yeah, I'll just do background vocals. If it's a rapping, just go back and forth. Like, so much trouble in the LBC is hot. Finn just kicks in.
Man, I have to look up the words to Gin and Juice now. It's been a while.
But you don't smoke Indo, and you're not sipping on Gin and Juice. Because you're not laid back with your mind on your money and your money on your mind. All right, let's see here. Who else is with us? You just heard Xylo takedowns here. What's going on, Xylo?
What's going on, guys?
You were slow to react there, buddy. Get some coffee into your system. What's going on?
Still drinking it, picking it up.
That's right. So, let's get some Gin and Juice in you. Speaking of Gin and Juice, Grim's here as well.
Wasabi as well.
And then, of course, the one and only apprentice to Darth Finn, Saintly Red's here. Saintly, what's going on, partner?
Not too much. My territory war is going well. We're dominating.
Yeah, ours is close, man. They've got 3 regions left. We've got 5, but we're about to clear 1, and then we have ships which we'll clear out. It's a close match, man. These upper level ones, man, it's brutal, man. You're just facing nothing but just JTR walls and CLS walls, and this one's a Palpatine wall. It's like, I thought I was I cleared out a couple of JTRs and CLS. Like, oh, well, that should help the team. Like, Jesus, how much do they have? My God. So I'm kind of monitoring. That's what I'm going to be doing this hour while we're doing chat. I'm just watching to see because I'm going to go in with one of my scrub teams here and try to get this team. Oh, my God. No, they got all the protection back. Ooh, I can't take that out. Oh, man. Oh, no. Damn. And keyboard's hungry. Well, what a shock. It's just hungry all the time, guys. I don't know what to.
Always.
She's a growing lass, Ranger.
She is. She's a young lady. She's growing. She's become a woman, Finn, right before our eyes. She needs to keep the nurse
on our stream.
I know. Yeah. Announcement: the goddess thing for tonight is not happening. T Money, T Money's got some stuff. She just is some conflicting schedule stuff that she just can't get away from. She's got some stuff she's got to take care of. So I think they're going to push it back to next week. So if you're waiting for that tonight, that's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to just do a mega stream here after the RSG stream at 2:00. I'm just going to start streaming Battlefront and do Battlefront for like 8-9 hours. Because that's what I do for you folks. That's what it's all about.
You're a machine, man.
I'm not a machine. Kicks my ass when I do that. But it's for the peeps, and they like it. All 15 to 20 that watch us.
We got to start somewhere, right? That's the same way we started.
I know. It's how we started with the other stream. We had like 5-10 people watching us. We're like, yay! I remember when we got over 50 the first time, or 100, we were like, oh my God, we got over 50. And then a while ago, we had over 300 one of our streams. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is happening?
By the way, Ranger, I posted in Skype our roster review for the day whenever you get a chance.
Sure, we can do that. So if you have questions, go ahead and get your questions in. Let's just start with the roster review. Well, I'm kind of... it's going to be tough. I'm just checking on this stuff here. Let me see.
And I do have, I talked to him yesterday, so I did get specific things that he would like addressed. So I will post that in the Skype.
Why would he want a dress?
Addressed, not a dress.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it's early.
Darth Hideous says, I don't like watching Battlefront gameplay that much, to be honest, and the interaction is hard to do while playing. I think we do a pretty good job of interacting, you know? I don't get a lot of... questions I do get is not about Battlefront. It's always Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, even when I'm at work or whatever, I pop in and say hi in the chat for a minute sometimes.
Yeah. Well,
honestly, if you've noticed stuff about our channel, we live stream a lot more because we can interact with the people watching. So we try to do content with the games, but it really is just about interacting with the community, having a good time, using games as a mode for everyone to come together. But unless it's like our Wednesday night stream where we're really trying to get the news and everything out to you guys, a lot of these streams, like the lunch hour, is just interaction.
Yeah.
And just having fun with people in the chat. So
much.
just come by and chat with us.
Yeah,
Ranger's looking at his phone often, actually.
It's always in front of me while I'm playing, so it's not like
Vincelli, Sanely, Grim, everybody, we all peep in on the YouTube chats, and we all try and be as transparent as we can.
Yeah, and even then at night when True and Vincelli are there, they're always monitoring the chat. We're answering questions and following it. So
and True pretends to be Ranger all the time.
Finn,
he's a psychopath, man. He's a hoot, dude. Go ahead, Grim.
So what you're saying, Finn, is on Wednesdays it's no signatures, no autographs, please?
No, we still do that, but like for the other ones, like we're trying to get questions and stuff all the time, and then for the Wednesday stream, we try to go through all the news and stuff first, so it leaves us more limited time to actually interact during that Q&A section that we do at the end. But that's why we also have Jedi Academy, right? So it's like a whole 2-hour stream of nothing but just interacting with you guys and answering questions. So we try to do all that we can.
Because you're the best around. All right, let me pull up. I'm still watching Territory Wars, but let's see here. This. Let's see, copy link, and we'll go here. Everyone can see my Discord. Great. Not that I care. All right. Oh, it's Mr. Bigglesworth.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
We don't know on our kitty. We stroke him. We love him.
All right, so while he's getting that up, we can do a couple of questions. Sanely, do you have any of the questions ready?
Yeah. Well, okay, here's an important thing. It's not a question, but Dylar's Twilight Tactics. Ladies and gentlemen, after watching Arnold's video on his in-game spending, I tallied mine thinking it would be a couple grand over 2 and some years. I was shocked to find I had pumped $6,000 into Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. With that, after this territory war, I'm shutting her down. Thanks for all the good Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes entertainment.
No!
What you can do, Dylar,
Why?
Just go free to play!
Well, so, just shift to free to play. You can create a very good roster by being free to play. The paying aspect that you've already done has given you a head start. Now, unless you're doing something that shall not be named, which I think people know, then I understand. But otherwise, you're better off you can play as a free-to-play player, and your roster will be able to keep up for the most part. The only thing you'll lose out on is getting certain characters to 7-star even beforehand. So, I mean, I can't believe I'm the one trying to convince somebody not to.
Yeah, I'd
quit.
just say, kick back. If you need to take a break, take the break, but don't completely quit just because you think you spent too much money. Go free to play. There's a lot of free to play players that can keep up with the dudes that are paying.
Yeah.
It just takes a little bit longer.
Yeah, for sure. Just pop in every couple hours, check your stores, pump out your energy real quick, pop in for 2-3 minutes and then put it back down. You don't have to, spend $1,000 to play the game or anything like that.
I mean,
unless you have a serious spending problem.
Yeah.
At that point, it's just like
if it's an addiction problem, then you might want to say bye-bye. But I hope it's not that.
There's some really good casual guilds, by the way, with high GPs, surprisingly. You can, it's up to you, obviously. If
well,
you
he
don't
says
want
summer's
the full
coming,
time
I
sink.
don't want the time sink anymore, I bought a boat. That's okay.
Well, there are ways to avoid the time sink, right? So if you go into a casual
play a couple
guild,
minutes.
your 600 is still fairly easy. I'm assuming you're getting top in arena, and you don't even need the top top 5. You can go into your top 20, which is pretty easy to get. I think if you're consistent in the top 5, which I think you were, Dylar. So just get in the top 20. You get into the top 20 in your into your fleet. You get shards. You don't need to do your Cantina refreshes. All you have to do is do just a couple of energy refreshes. You can get your 600 done within 10 minutes, not even. And for territory wars, if you join a little bit more of a casual guild, you can just place everything in defense. For territory battles, just let them know that you're just full deploying. You don't have time for missions. Your GP where it is right now, considering how much you've invested in the game, is going to be something that a casual guild is going to be really happy about, just simply for the number. So you would be able to get everything you want, everything that's a guild needs in the game done within about 10-15 minutes in a day, and you would be able just to pick it up when you come back. So it's just an idea. Obviously, if you want to put it down, I understand the time sink issue quite a bit. Especially if you're trying to stay competitive. And if you have that competitive spirit, it is going to be difficult to do that.
Right.
But if you if you're not playing, I wish you all the best. Still hang out with us, man. There's other games we're doing. Yeah. And just come join me on Battlefront. Or you can go, or here, let me entice you with this. You can go collect poo with those guys in Pixar.
It's actually a really fun game.
Also,
I give you guys a hard time.
To know all the comments that Finn said too. It's a good way to if you're just trying to get in and out of the game real quick and not play for half hour, an hour at a time or whatever. It's a good way to start farming mods and accumulating a mass amount of mods too. And then when you want to start actively playing it again, your whole roster will be full with a bunch of mods to upgrade for you too.
Oh hell! Ships just opened up. I got to go in full throttle. Cause you're the best.
Go get it, Ranger.
Yeah, get Pixar. Ships. It's on sale right now. You can get it for $20. There is no DLC content, so you can just play with Grim and Sanely and myself and I think Two Fingers has the game too, although he hasn't joined us yet. So yes, join us in collecting poo.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually a lot more. We're building like this tower on the water, and it has like an underwater area now. So we're building that, and then we're building some traps in order to catch dinosaurs and keep our fell hunter. And there's a lot of fun stuff actually.
Gotta make sure I put Biggs in this time in my lineup, because last time I did Wedge and that was a disaster. Hold on, let me get my starting lineup.
All right, next question, Samely.
Because you're the best.
Brad.
Around.
Bradzo Swagard. Question: when do you think the new content is coming to the game, or at least Bosk's kit release?
End of the month is usually when they start releasing it. Usually the new stuff comes at the end. There's usually one thing in the middle of the month, and then one thing at the end of the month. So I'm guessing the Bosk Marquee is going to be in the middle, and then the Bounty Hunter rework is at the end, or maybe reverse, something like that.
I think the rework's going to come on April 11th, and then they'll release Bosk's kit on the 11th, but they won't do the event until, like Finn said, the middle of the end of the month, because, you know, they want to make sure that they time everything right with the new cadence and how they plan to release new stuff every week or so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm busy. Keep going. I'm trying to do
Next
fleet.
question.
Mateus Cavalcanti. Question: when is Finn gonna do guides on the new raid? The ones for the heroic AAT really helped a lot.
So I am working on it. So here's the one thing that we try to do. With me not being a whale and Ranger not being a whale,
God damn it.
Loki does have it. I think Loki's been doing some things on his YouTube as well. But for me, not being a whale, it takes me a little bit to get all my characters ready in order to do something. And I don't want to make a video without me being knowledgeable on it, because then you guys have questions and I want to make sure that I can answer it. So if there's somebody else that's doing a resource, I let them handle it until I feel comfortable enough to do it. So what I can tell you is that I am working on different squads for each of the different phases. Our guild has, I think, if I at last count, 22 usable Jedi training rays for the Sith raid. So it's not even half the guild. It's a little less than half the guild. So I am working on a strategy with my guild in order to beat Heroic Sith Raid. I'm doing some work this weekend on it with spreadsheets and stuff, so I'll have a better idea. But the thing is, once I figure that out and I figure out some team comps, then I'll start putting out some videos on it. But I don't want to give you guys information if I'm not comfortable enough, because that's not going to help you guys. So I am working on it though.
So pretty much what you're saying is soon, TM.
Yep, soon, TM.
The best around.
But I do have some ideas, and one of them is going to be based on Scarab Rebel Pathfinder and Hermit Yoda in Phase 2, which I'm going to be trying out shortly as I'm getting close to getting the Zeta on Hermit Yoda. I have my Phase 1 squad, which is Jawas, that I've been working on, and their damage has been pretty good in Tier 6. So I've been happy with that so far. Phase 3, it looks like the Chex Mix team is the best one right now, although I've been trying to figure out who the best 5th character is. So I'm still playing around with that. There's a few possibilities, but I have to level up some characters or mainly gear them up. So there's a few things on the horizon. So you can always ask me in the Discord, and I'll let you kind of know what's going on, but not at a state where a video would be helpful, because I'm not knowledgeable enough right now on how to beat it with certain squads.
MKC, who would you pair with GTR, BB-8, and R2 in Arena?
Old Ben and GK.
Oh, look, it's a Frenchy Grande Patron sighting.
Yes,
I don't mind that one, but I would also propose GK and Han Solo if you're facing a fast EP Vader team.
Yep. Or CLS Han Solo.
Yeah.
Go tauntless if you wanted to.
And then potentially GK and
offense.
Thrawn as well. That one can be pretty nasty too.
Thrawn and CLS. Depends on offense or defense.
Yeah,
where you are
it's just
in the
some
arena.
combination of those like 5 characters, right? So those your original 3: Jedi Training Rey, R2, and BB-8, and then some combination of CLS, Han Solo, Thrawn, General Kenobi, and Old Ben. Just make some combination.
You could actually put in a unique Zeta Kylo Ren unmasked.
Yeah, I mean, you could also put in like a Visas Mar and Holdo. I've seen Holdo do really well actually on that team.
Or Chopper. You can put in Chopper on that team.
You can put in Chopper. There's a lot. Arena wise though, I think if you're facing Emperor Palpatine teams that speed isn't just like crazy and you can handle it, I would probably go something along the lines of a GK and a Thrawn. If it's something where if the speed is getting fast, I would go GK and Han personally.
Agreed. I'm good with that.
Goosey, Lucy, Caboosey. Question, when's the meetup? I want to bring food to Sweden Ranger up.
Oh, man.
You know, we have talked about it.
We've talked about it a bunch.
Yeah.
We're all
creating an RSG con at a Pizza Hut buffet.
Yep. We're going to all meet up at Pizza Hut in Atlanta.
Yeah. That's how RSG rolls.
Like, sweet. The pizza, and it needs to be a Pizza Hut that has the 2-person Pac-Man arcade still, like the tabletop version. You know, the one you would sit down at with the glass top.
And even better is if we can find a Pizza Hut KFC combo buffet, because then you can get pizza and fried chicken.
I don't know.
I love those things. I love those.
All those are new. They're not going to have the arcade version of the Pac-Man.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I don't think the combo will have the arcade game.
Yeah, we'll figure out a time to have a meetup. I'm sure we will, but we haven't done it. We haven't done it yet.
We're all scattered everywhere: Texas, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina. Loki's currently in Nevada, right? Near Vegas.
No, he's in SoCal, man.
He's in SoCal. Okay, I know he was staying a few days over in Vegas. I wasn't sure if he was.
Yeah, and at one point you had a job offer in Texas.
Yeah, but I'm still in Florida.
But it would have been if you had moved to Texas, you were actually going to move pretty gosh darn close to me. I mean, I could have driven there just to do the streams. It's really not that. I mean, the idea of driving in Texas. I mean, it would have been an hour and a half for me to get there, but I would have done it.
All right, next question.
Camille Buhalski. I've just finished farming my first 7-star ship, Biggs. What should I focus on next if I run a target lock team? First order TIE fighter pilot?
That one and Vader, man. Vader and FOTP, without a doubt.
And don't skimp on doing the hard node in order to get Reaper. Work on your Short Trooper and Reaper, like now.
Oh, yeah. Reaper is amazing on almost any team. So definitely be hard-noding Reaper, doing Short Trooper and Death Trooper as far as ships are concerned. I wouldn't say it's an uber priority. Arena is always the main priority. But I do feel like ships is the second priority in this game.
Yeah. And Short Trooper is really good, too. He's useful in Arena as well. That's why I really like that node.
Short Trooper is useful in Arena. He's useful in TW. He's useful in TV. Short Trooper is actually even useful on a couple of raid teams. So definitely agreed that Short Trooper, Mr. Show Trooper is awesome.
I'd also recommend farming up Silencer, because even if you're running a target lock team, Silencer is still real good on it because he gets burlier the more often he shoots target locked targets.
Everybody says that. I don't really. I mean, I have a 7-star Silencer and a double Zeta crew, and I don't even run Silencer on my team. That's probably pretty bad. I might ought to reevaluate that a little bit.
Yeah, you terrible person, you.
Yeah. So I just don't do it. Normally I throw them on my cheese team, and I throw them in with Millennium Falcon and regular Kylo shuttle in TW, and that's about it. But I should probably actually learn how to play the silencer.
You'll go back in game and reevaluate your ship team.
Okay, I will.
Wow, it
run
worked.
him in the front five, or run him in reinforcements. You think?
I personally, I run him in the first in the starting lineup, because that way you get, since he's so fast, you get first turn stun. So, like, if they have, say, Vader on their team, you can stun their Vader.
Nice.
Nathaniel Miller, question. There's a discussion in my guild that when a territory war defense squad leader dies, but the team survives, the lead passes to another survivor. Can you confirm or deny?
The leadership does not stick around when the leader is dead.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Because if you kill, like, Hera on a Phoenix squad, they lose their uniques.
But Hera specifically says if she's alive, doesn't it?
Hera does specifically say if she's alive.
Because I'm pretty sure on Night Sister teams, I've seen Mother Talzin die and still get plague from the abilities of others.
If she died in a previous fight, or?
Yes. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure I've seen Mother Talzin not be alive and then still get plague on another battle. I'm trying to see if
you guys are questioning. You guys are questioning my long-held belief on this now. So I'm a little hesitant to give a definitive answer because now I'm second-guessing myself.
Last night,
I'm guessing myself too.
Last night, I was going up and finishing a EP wall for my TW, and it's hard to tell with that because it's only 5% turn meter, so it's hard to see. And I got an iPad too, so I mean, like, it's not just a small screen that I play, and man, it's hard to tell, to be honest, with that kind of a lead. But I mean, it felt like the team was going fast, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, we need somebody to put up Qui-Gon Jinn lead on defense. Come on, guys.
And tank it or something.
Well, because then you'd get foresight whenever one of them died, right? So then you'd be like, yep, leader's still working. Nope, it's not working, right? We need like a definitive leader.
Okay, so I just looked up Hera. Hera does have one component if she's alive, which is
the
use
Hera's
of the,
is different.
the
That's
special
why I understand
ability.
Hera.
But no.
But
so
still.
She has two different parts. So she has one part that is if she's alive, and that's the turn meter game. But her other part, which is each active Phoenix ally grants their unique ability. It's not linked to her being alive. So
that would mean if you did an AoE and you got countered by anyone other than Kanan.
Yeah. So you're saying that
Zeb.
That Hera was dead and nobody countered on an AoE?
Yep.
Okay.
I think he's right that the leader dies. I've always understood it to be that the leader dies when the leadership dies.
Yeah.
When the leader dies,
makes sense.
The same as what happened in GW whenever we used to play GW back in the day, right? But
right.
I'm not 100%. I'm like 95% sure that's how it works.
Well, that's why the Newt stealth sniping team works so well. Is you take that in and eliminate the leader. It didn't matter if your guys died, you just took out the leader, and then it was easier to take out the team later on if you're having issues.
Okay, Nathaniel Miller was saying that that's not the question. They're saying someone else becomes the leader for the next battle, and no, that is not the case.
No, that is totally incorrect.
Yeah.
Your leader.
No, the leader role is not filled.
Position 1.
Yeah, there's no additional leader ability. It's either there's no leader ability or the same leader ability persists.
Correct.
And Bing is saying that on Akbar teams, his leader still applies, even if Akbar is dead. Because the other thing with Kanan too, Kanan's counter chance is just 70%. So there's a chance that RNG made it so it didn't counter.
So hold on. So if Akbar dies and you're playing, the leadership survives as long as your team's still around. What we're saying is whenever you're fighting an opponent whether or not this is going to act like GW. And my opinion is it acts just like GW, and it's like PvE. When the leader dies and you go back in again, there's no leadership on that team.
I wish there was a way we could test it. I'm pretty sure I saw play go up after Mother Talzin died as leader.
I'd say it requires more research.
Yeah.
We'll just have to look more into it.
We can actually answer that. You know,
the one team that I constantly face without a leader is like the First Order team with only like a Xylo left. But I take it out with a Spirit, so it doesn't get a chance to get any health or protection back. So it's hard for me to tell with that one. So we shall investigate more, because I don't know. I think we have an exact answer.
Well, Xylo already.
Let me say, we do have an answer to this question, which is that no other leader takes over.
Correct. No other leader ever takes over. There's only like 15 characters or 20 characters in the game that even have a leader. It's interesting.
Okay,
and
so
some of them don't have uniques.
He fought a CLS rebel team today in Territory War, and once he killed CLS, there was no more countering. But the problem is, if I remember correctly, CLS only gives a 50% chance to counter, right?
Correct.
So you always run into the issue, unless it's 100%, that it may be RNG that you're facing.
Correct.
Okay.
Boy, we beat this question to death.
Yes, because we don't know the answer. We're trying to analyze as best we can, but we don't have any scenario to test. Ranger, any battles in your Territory War where the leader is dead but other stuff is still alive?
Yeah, once the leader's dead, then they don't get the benefits of the leader once it's dead. That's why, you know, if you can take out like a Phoenix team, like if you're Phoenix and Harry take her out, then the other four don't get, you know, whatever buff that they brought or anything that character brings. It's off the piece. When you go to face it again, it's not there. Okay,
so let me ask a different question though, just to double check. Can you res a leader? Have you seen a leader res after they were dead in a previous fight?
No, not in TW. That won't work.
That won't work.
Okay.
That will
only during the match of that initial match, right? So if Han Solo brings back somebody and you don't kill them before the match ends, yeah. But if they're dead and the match ends and you go to another match, he can't res that character back.
Again. Correct. I know Ranger's right on that one. Ranger's 100% correct on that one.
Okay. So then it sounds like the leader isn't there. So there you go. There's your answer.
All right.
There's your answer to the question that you didn't ask.
All right, let's do this. Knock out this.
The roster review. Okay.
Roster review.
So the roster review is for Bigglesworth, and just to let you guys know what he's looking for. So one of the things he's looking for is for his ship arena. He's wondering if he should put a Zeta on a pilot like Vader, Maul, Thrawn, or Boba to boost him, because he's currently going around 35 and he wants to go into the top 20. So that's his first thing. His next question is any recommended lineups to use for the Sith raid. And then also, should he finish putting Zetas on faction leaders before doing uniques? In particular, he's asking about Kylo Ren, Unmasked, and Maul. And then should he finish putting Zetas on Palpatine and Vader, since they are almost done gearing for Arena? So we can look at his characters. And then should he stop buying gear and get Wampa with his guild event tokens? So those are the questions that he asked. And he also put thanks a lot for the review, and he loves us.
All right, so let's start with the end and go forward, right? The general consensus now is to finish off Wampa and finish off Hermit Yoda before you go back to gear, or at least get to at minimum get to an unlock and start working on them a little bit, at least to gear 7. The thought here is that you hedge your bet. We think that at some point in the future, we don't know when, but at some point in the future, Hermit Yoda and Wampa could be needed for something a la a real Jedi Luke. You know, could that be in 6 months? Could that be in a year? Who knows? But it takes you almost freaking 6 months to get them. So if you didn't start now, then you wouldn't have them in 6 months. So I would say do Hermit Yoda and do Wampa. Do them because you might need them in the future, and do them because they are both very excellent for either the heroic AAT or for the 5th raid with Hermit Yoda. As far as his ships, if I was looking at his ships, I know he's running Chimera. He's running Karkin in his arena team right now, and he's also probably running Chimera as his ship leader, as his fleet commander. So I would say that the first one that I would look at would probably look at Tarkin as a Zeta to put on. What were his other questions?
Okay, so we addressed his ships. So with his ships, not just the lineup, but he's asking about the Zeta. So would you put a Zeta on Vader, Maul, Thrawn, or Boba just to boost the ship?
No, I would not. Okay, so I would not do Maul, right? I probably
Crew.
I would do Crew, both the Zetas. I would not do Boba Fett either right now, just for the ship. I would not do First Order. I would not do First Order Stormtrooper. I mean, First Order TIE Fighter pilot just for the ship. I would do Vader's. I would do Vader's. I probably wouldn't do either one of Vader's at this point. Not his unique and not his leader. And the only caveat to that would be is if you couldn't solo the Rancor. But with the team he's got, it looks like he can solo the Rancor just fine. So no, I don't do Zetas except I did Thrawn's leader ability just for that reason. But I found it for another. I found it to be useful in TW.
Okay, so we answered his ships question. We got through the Wampa Guild event tokens. So his next thing is, should he put Zetas on Emperor Palpatine and Vader, since they're almost done gearing for arena purposes? So not ships, but for arena. Should he put Zetas on Palpatine or Vader? Or should he finish putting Zetas on faction leaders before doing their uniques? So like Kylo Ren Unmasked or Maul? So Palpatine, Vader, Crew, or Maul, where would you start putting your Zetas?
I would do Crew. I would do Crew every time. I think
really?
Yeah. Well, Crew's unique gives you an auto taunt, which is nice, and then Crew's leader is the speed leader for First Order. I mean, so for me, I would tell you, and his ship is really easy to get because while you're getting Crew, you're also getting his ship. So I would easily tell you that Crew is the right way to go on that particular character. I don't think Maul's worth it. I don't think Boba's worth it. On Palpatine, you really only need Palpatine's leader. Palpatine's unique, you don't need. Vader's unique, you don't need to run an arena. So no on Vader for anything, and no on Palpatine's unique. The only thing that works on Palpatine's unique right now is if you run Thrawn, which is really only a stopgap until you get Scion and until you get Traya. So I don't really feel like that the Palpatine unique works. The Vader unique is just immune to TM, which is nice. But how often are you going to try to hit Palp against TM? I mean, the only time that works is that works if somebody's trying to go up against you with like a CLS lead, or they're trying to go up against you with like a JTR team. That's the only really times it works. And there are other pieces that they can use. I mean, you're still not immune to fracture, so you could still. So if they look at your abilities, they know how to beat you. So I would say no on that one. I mean, Zeta. I mean, we need to go through the regular list of Zetas, right? We need to go through and make sure he has Veers. We need to go and make sure he has Thrawn. We need to Zeta's done. We need to go through and make sure he has Finn Zeta. We need to go through and make sure he has, Barris Zeta. We go through and make sure we have all these other Zetas that are really important. And then after we've gone through and we've done all these important Zetas, then we can start having the discussion. I mean, I would tell you that I would say that Sabine Zeta or that Kanan Zeta might even be more important than, for example, Boba Fett's unique at this point.
I would hold out on Boba Fett too with the bounty hunter.
Yeah, with the rework.
I would hold out because Boba Fett could get a Zeta on his leader, or Dengar could get a Zeta on his leader, and all of a sudden you got one of these characters that has like this super OP leader that everybody wants. I mean, I'm holding one right now just because I'm like, I just want to do kind of a wait and see thing. Just because you have
that's what I'm doing too.
You have to spend them.
Yeah, and he has a lot of the other Zetas, like you mentioned, for an Emperor Palpatine team. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think Crew is the good one as long as you have EP lead, which he does. So
then I would say to kind of be in a wait and hold pattern. Keep a Zeta or two in reserve, and let's wait a week or two and see what this bounty hunter rework looks like, and see if he maybe wants or needs something else.
And Crew, you said you would do the unique first, Grande?
I did the leader first and then the unique, but I did them bam right in a row. One of them turns him into the speed leader, and then the other one gives him an autoton. In my opinion, you can't have enough autotonners, and in my opinion, anytime you've got someone that's the speed leader for the faction, that's the with the only caveat being if there's another leader that happens to be a turn meter leader. Let me give you an example.
Speed and turn meter.
So the example the example of this is most people do not put a Zeta on Tarkin, and the reason why is because Palpatine is the turn meter leader, right? So that's the reason why people use Palpatine and not Tarkin, is because one is speed and one is TM. Every time whenever you have a TM leader, the TM leader most of the time wins out over the speed leader. It's the difference between because TM is going to increase with us no matter what happens to speed. 25. Remember, we really don't care about speed. What we really care about is getting our blue bar filled up faster than the other guy gets his blue bar filled up. That's really what we care about. So which one works better? TM percentage or speed? The TM percentage works better in every scenario except two. The two, when it doesn't work better, is whenever someone has put a debuff on you, like fracture, stun, or slow. As long as you're not fractured, stunned, or slowed, I would say the TM leader is always the better choice for that particular team.
All right. What was the other ones that he wanted us to look at?
So the last thing, I think we addressed everything except the last one, which is what are some recommended lineups based on his squad for this heroics, or just for the Sith raid. He didn't say heroics. So Sith raid.
I don't think they have JTR.
I'm jumping back in to his thing. Does he have JTR? Trying to find his JTR. He has a gear.
Maybe I missed it.
I'm looking for his JTR right now. I got to filter.
He does not have JTR.
Yeah.
So
he has BB-8, but he does not have JTR.
Oh, okay. So for him, what needs to happen is, how's he looking on his vets? He needs to get his vets done. Does he have his vets done yet? No. So for him right now, he needs to farm Viagra Chewie and Viagra Han. That's what he needs to do. He has them at 5-star both. So before he does that's his Sith raid homework, is farm veteran Han and veteran Chewie up to 7-star and probably get them to gear 6, or they're already at he's already got them at gear 7. They'll probably work. So that's what he's got to do. Because it's probably going to take him a month for each one of them. And if it takes him a month for each one of them, we're going to get JTR in another 3 months. So he needs to do it now, so that way he's ready. That's his homework.
And based on his current squad, what should he use right now?
Looks like he can use Chex Mix. He's got a CLS. Where's his OG Han at? Trying to find his OG. He's got a Gear 10 OG Han. That'll work. He's got an Ezra Bridger. That'll work. What does Death Trooper look like?
He needs to work on his Imperial Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have his Zeta Veers, and they're all like gear 8 or 9 or less.
So he does need to work on troopers then. Imperial Troopers.
Yeah, in particular, Death Trooper. He's only gear 8, 3-star.
But that's 3 Cantina farms for him, right?
Yeah.
That's tough as hell, man. He
Yes,
probably
and 16 energy Cantina farms.
Yeah, so he probably needs to stop doing light side refreshes and start doing only Cantina refreshes to get his 600.
Yeah, do the vets, do Death Trooper, and if there's any other, 16 node energy tunes that you want in there, I'd start from the top and work your way back down.
Yeah, and honestly, with his arena team, he should be higher than where he currently is.
So that was the next thing, right? So we're asking him to do a lot of things. He's around rank 80, roughly, on
90
average.
is his average. 90 is his average. 95.
Yeah, so we got to increase that so he can get more crystals every day. So let's look at his arena and his mods really quick as well.
His arena team looks great. The challenge that I'm seeing here is he's running tankless.
I'm surprised you're saying it looks great.
Well, I'm saying
he doesn't have a Han. He's gonna fall behind against Emperor Palpatine teams.
He is gonna fall behind. Does he have OG Han Zeta?
He has him at gear 10 and no Zeta.
No Zeta. So Han shoots first Zeta is probably more important than his other Zetas.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, that's a must.
And he needs that Zeta first, and he probably needs to put GK, his gear 11 GK, back on the team. Let's look at his mods for a minute. So if he did this team and he took out R2 and he put in GK and he took out, heck, he could even probably take out Thrawn and put in OG Han. He might do better. Not Thrawn, Nihilus. Take out Nihilus. So he's running Rex, Thrawn, OG Han, GK, and CLF. That would probably work out better for him. Mm-hmm. We need him to break top 50. Let's look at his mods for a minute. Let's filter by speed secondaries and let's just see where he's at.
I don't think you're gonna like what you see, Grande.
Oh damn.
Grande did not like this.
Okay,
nothing like, let's look at his mods. Oh no.
Oh no, Hans Briggs.
So we need to tell this player needs to be looking for gold mods with speed to level up. And then also too, we need to make sure that all of his best mods are on his arena team. His arena team is going to be probably for a while, is going to be Rex Lead, CLS, OG Han, Thrawn, and GK. So all these mods that are on CLS, that are on Cholo, and that are on Vader, need to go over to that team. The Tarkin mod. We need to stop farming potency. We need to start farming speed and start farming speed, crit chance, and crit damage. He could probably farm speed, crit damage, and crit chance until the cows come home. But all this needs to work. What is he doing on speed arrows? Let's filter now. Click the arrow. Click speed. Hold on. Did I have his mods? I may have.
You might have switched to yours again.
No, I was on his. I just thought I had a different.
He has a good number of plus 30 speed mods, but I see only one of a speed set.
So like this crit damage needs to crit damage, and these crit damage ones and crit chance ones and these potency ones and these speed ones, these need to go on his arena team. More than likely. So he's going to need to really work on mods. I mean, he's got a decent number, enough where he can put it completely on his arena team. But he needs to remod his arena team. He needs to get to the point where he's in the top 50 every day. That would be my goal for him right now, to get from an average of 95 to an average of less than 50. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to do this by Zeta OG Han and by running OG Han, CLS, BK, and Thrawn on his arena team.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Grande. His OG Han is gear 10. That seems way too squishy to me.
It is squishy. He needs to put gear on OG Han. I mean, in a perfect world, we'd get OG Han to gear 12 and put the bayonet on him. I mean, that's really where he needs to be, is gear 12.
He's in a hard spot though. The current pieces that he needs in order to hit gear 11 are 2 of the eyeballs and 2 stun guns.
Oh,
yeah.
I remember that. I think I dropped $50 or $100 in that day to get him.
How dare you?
I mean, so I feel him on that, man. I feel him on that. I mean, it's just I don't know how he's going to beat Palpatine without it.
Yeah, you need to.
I mean, he might be able to. I mean, do we have any other auto taunters that can come up? Let's go look at his characters. Do we have any other auto taunters we can put in his place?
Wait, auto taunter for Han?
No. An auto taunter with Han to protect Han a little bit longer.
Oh,
I was gonna search by tank and try to see if we had like a different tank.
His shore trooper is reasonable, not great, but I mean, it's 5-star gear 8.
Gear
like
9. He's gonna get blasted with that, man. I mean, he's gonna get.
Yeah.
He's gonna get, and his base is.
He's got unmasked Kylo.
Yeah, but gear 8, no Zeta.
Gear 8.
Yeah, and
he doesn't need the Zeta.
On his unique, he needs it though in order to get the auto taunt though. At the beginning, anyways.
He'd have to Zeta Kylo, man.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren.
And I would put that on Han Solo first. I don't. Maybe you're different, Graham. I don't like Kylo as a non-lead if he doesn't have a Zeta on his unique. Because without that taunt at the start,
he has to have a Zeta on his unique to make it in the team. I totally agree with Ben on this one. It's going to make as big a difference as OG Han. But I think his Zetas are OG Han right away. I mean, there's no reason to hold that Zeta. Stick that Zeta on.
I understand where you guys are coming from, but the way the AI uses crew, he doesn't need it as badly. He will. The first thing he does is he uses halt, which puts his taunt up, and then anytime somebody has a debuff over him, as if he basics him, he gets his taunt back up.
I get it, but it's not we don't have a super heavy debuff team we're giving him, right? I mean,
but the other thing is also he's not fast enough. So if he's facing a Palpatine team, his GK is going to get stunned or fractured, and Kylo isn't going to have time to put up a taunt without the auto taunt at the start. So chances are it's going to kill OG Han even before Kylo can even do his attack.
I think it's a pure offense team. I mean,
it is.
I mean, Rex, GK, Thrawn, CLS, OG Han. That team is not going to hold on defense for anything, but that team is a mover and a shaker on offense. And that's basically what we're trying to do. We're basically trying to get him where if he plays for the last hour before his payout, he can go from getting between rank 82 and rank 179 to get him where he's in the top 50 every day. I mean, if this guy was in the top 50 every day, that his crystal increases would be huge. And on ships, I think he just kind of. I don't even know if we can get to the top 20 on his ships. It's so hard to tell.
You can get to top 50 pretty easily. It's so much RNG now based on Reaper and TIE Fighter pilot. It's ridiculous. There's too much staleness in ships.
So he could potentially. I mean, he's got a 5-star Reaper. He could probably put that in. He's got a 6-star Thrawn. He could put that in. A 6-star Chimera. You know, and
he is an Imperial TIE, so he has everything that you need.
Yeah, and he has first order TIE Fighter pilot, so he could do good there. And his Biggs is fine. And where's his Chimera? I mean, where's the Chimera at?
His Chimera is 85.
So we need to continue to work on that, but we could do that as first reinforcement, and we could run the silencer on that team. Definitely
put in Poe's ship, so you have something.
We're definitely going to put in Poe Dameron, Does he have a finished off Poe? Where's he at on Poe?
His Poe is 5-star.
And still put him in. But again, it's an offense-winning team, right? And
you can stick him in the 3rd or the 4th slot, and then it doesn't even matter on defense.
Right. And here's the other thing, too, is a lot of people need to – so a lot of people either play ships or they play arena, and they don't do both. Let me tell you how I run arena and how I run ships. Typically, if I run an arena match, it takes me less than 5 minutes. I hop right over to ship, and I run a ship match, and it takes me less than 2 minutes, and they're both on cooldown. I have a tendency to do them in pairs. So if I'm moving up in regular arena, I'm also moving up in ships arena, and it takes me less than 5 minutes to hop in both, and then I'm on cooldown. If you want to maximize your movement and minimize your time in game, every time you run an arena match, run a ships match and move up in rank. It's less than 5 minutes, so just take the time. Especially if you're like me and you poop 4 times a day, you're good to go. Okay, what else do we need to review on him?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yep, that was it.
All right, so
get with us on the RSG Discord, and we can help you with the remodding. Right now, like Grande mentioned, you don't have a lot of speed mods, so that makes modding a little bit tricky. Because you're losing out on 10% speed that you can get if some of these were speed sets instead of the other sets that you have. So we can work with you on maximizing your speed for the characters, but definitely need to start farming those speed mods. And here's the grind of the game, you need to work on your veterans too in order to get Jedi Training Ray. So it's going to be a little bit of a balancing act for the next couple months for you.
A sad but true fact.
Nothing ever's gonna keep her down. You're the best. All right. Let's get to some few questions, and then we can, try to knock out some questions here.
Danilo Papayas, question: we are leading by 5,000 in territory wars. How high is the possibility for our opponents to win in the last 42 minutes?
No, not by 5,000.
Well, now it's only 2 minutes, so none.
I think you got it. I think you're good.
We were a little late on answering that question, so none.
Tech Jericho, is Fox going to be released in the next update with the Night Sisters, or is it separate from the Bounty Hunter rework?
I have to go back and listen to all the interviews done so far.
I haven't heard anything about First Order Executioner, so I
haven't heard anything. But I would expect them all to come out at the same time, but I have to listen to see if anything was mentioned. But nothing has been posted yet.
Mm-mm.
It would be nice, but we don't know.
Keyboard the Planet Eater, question: who should I farm first, the Night Sisters or farm Viagra Han and Viagra Chewie?
Oh.
Viagra Han,
Viagra twins.
Yeah.
They're not overlapping.
No, they're not overlapping.
They're not overlapping.
And the only one I think that is right is Night Sister Acolyte. I think she's Cantina, but you can get her from Guild. So.
Agreed.
So you can do all of them. Answer all of the above.
Next question.
Next.
Fat Tony 99. Question: I'm level 83 and really close to my first Zeta, which is going on Asajj lead. Who should get my second Zeta, Asajj or Talzin Unique? I run Night Sisters in Arena and place top 50, sometimes 20.
Talzin Unique, then that's okay.
Yeah, I'd say Talzin's Unique, because if you're planning on getting Asajj's lead and using her as the leadership, then all you really need is Talzin's Unique after that.
I mean,
I hate asking this question.
Unless he wanted to go with Asajj's Unique, but probably Talzin Unique if he's running her in Arena. But
I hate asking this question, but should Asajj be his first Zeta?
If he's using her, yeah.
If he's using her in Arena, I mean,
he's
83, which means he's not. I don't know if he's done Palp yet. I don't know if he's ready to switch to a Palp team. I mean,
I don't know. I'm wondering if it's just better to save it. I don't know how much bang for his buck he's going to get for Asajj lead this early. Asajj's lead comes into play a lot in the late game, but in Arena, I mean, it works. But I'm guessing that if he's level 83, his zombie isn't tanky enough to really make use of Asajj's lead all that well. So I worry that it's a Zeta that's on his Arena team, which is good. But I'm not sure it's going to be as impactful as if he just waits a little bit and gets a better character. Because Zetas don't come all that frequently.
Not at that level, especially.
I mean, part of me I hate doing this because if you like Night Sisters, I want you to play the Night Sisters. So completely ignore me if that's like the faction that you really love and you want to play it. It's a good Zeta. But Asajj's lead comes into play a lot more later games, so part of me just wants to tell you just hold him for now and wait until you get like a Palpatine, or if you're working on characters for like a CLS, or you're probably a little bit farther away for them, but the Jedi Training Rey or BB-8, or I think there's other characters that will be more useful for you than Asajj's lead.
If anything, in my opinion, too, if you're going to Zeta her lead, I'd do her unique after that just to finish her up and then move on to where you want to Zeta next.
All right. Next question.
LH, question. Please don't even try to say my name. I know it's a pain in the ass.
That's right.
This is the first time I have played a game of this type. What is the usual lifespan of similar games? You did talk a bit yesterday about Warcraft, but what about other turn-based games on mobile?
So, other turn-based games on mobile, or similar to turn-based games like this on mobile.
Well, we kind of talked about that yesterday, too. You know, this game's going to be going for a while.
Yeah, but he's trying to say, like, other turn-based games. Like, are there other games? I mean, let's look at games like Candy Crush, right? Candy Crush is still here. And that game don't even have guilds. Clash Royale is still going strong. It's not exactly turn-based. I mean, it sort of is. The mechanics slightly different. The board is slightly different. You still have that game going. So there are some big heavy hitters in the mobile space. I mean, you still have, Contest of the Champions. Marvel's Contest of Champions is still going strong. These are all games that are similar. They're not exactly the same, but they're similar. It's kind of a collection game. It's kind of a turn-based game. Force Arena came out after this game, still going on. I mean, it's hard to predict, but we could easily say that there are games that are, 5 years old. Here's the possibilities, right? So, and the possibilities of what can go wrong. Stuff that can go wrong. This is obviously a licensing deal between Disney and EA. Could it be possible that Disney would rework the deal where EA would say, we don't want to mess with it anymore? Absolutely. Could the game become unprofitable to the point where they shut down the servers? It's happened with other Star Wars games before. So
Star Wars Uprising.
Yep.
So what happened
Uprising being the but this game is very different than Uprising. Uprising was more of like Barbie for Star Wars Galaxy Hero. I mean, for Star Wars, it was very.
Not really, but it was Uprising was like it was Star Wars Diablo. That's pretty much what it was.
Well.
But,
I mean, how many different shirts and hats and vests can you have for a dude with no name? I mean, it was
a lot.
It was Barbie.
It was a stats based game. All the gear had different stats on it, and it was all random. So that was the problem with it.
And you effectively fought on the same screen against ads all the time. You never actually fought a real opponent. So it was PvE only, and you never fought on the same screen with your buddies. I mean, it was like you were in a guild with them, but it was not you never got to fight with them. You never really got to see what they were doing. I mean, that game was just odd. and I could tell it was not gonna. I could tell it was not gonna do very well after I played it for about 3 or 4 months. I mean, there was a game before this one, right? There was a Star Wars card-based game that was actually before this one, and you could see videos of it. I mean, they had like a C-3PO already, and that one went down, right? That one, they jerked the license, but that was a license that was done pre being bought by Disney, and after Disney bought them, after Disney bought Lucas and bought Star Wars, they redid all the licenses. This is a game that was produced after Disney bought Lucas, and so I don't see a time whenever Disney's going to let Star Wars go and the licenses would be redone again. So I think we've got some time left with this game. Potentially, a couple of years, especially if they continue to every couple of months rework a faction and every couple of months give us more PvE type content like raids or, ships, nodes for energy. As long as they continue to kind of, progress, there's no reason for it to get stagnant. And so at that point, what gets the game stagnant is the game engine. In other words, there's other game engines that have been, the programming engine that they use to produce this game have gotten so much better that this engine looks bad. It's the reason why whenever you go download KOTOR, you're like, oh, damn, it's like I'm playing with stick figures. I mean, I like KOTOR, but the graphics are just not there because it's built on an older engine. Well, the engines get upgraded all the time, and it's possible that they could just migrate it to another one. But let's say you probably got 5 or 10 years, and this game's been around for 2 years and 4 or 5 months, which means potentially we're right at the middle of the low estimate for how long this game would be active. If you're saying it's 5 years active, we've been in it 2.5 years, and we're saying the total life of this game is between 5 and 10 years. You could easily say that we're at the halfway point of the low estimate.
All right.
Anybody disagree?
Yeah, I don't see this game going away anytime soon. Mm-hmm. The only way it would disappear soon will be if Disney pulls EA's license, and I don't see that happening.
I don't see it happening either.
You're the best around.
Next question.
The tour. When do you guys think level 90 will come into the game? If it is coming, I wish it would come real soon, TM. Just so I wouldn't waste my credits on mods. Also, Grande needs to give me some tips on what mods to farm.
Farm speed, crit chance, and crit damage. That's what I would farm. For the most part, almost every character can use those. There are a couple characters that need potency mods. There are a couple characters that need health and defense. Almost no one needs a tenacity set. And there are some characters in certain instances that can need offense sets, but it's rare. So speed, crit chance, and crit damage.
A wild, crazy excuses appears.
What?
A wild?
Hi.
Hi, crazy.
What is this devilry?
Do you know what this devilry is about? Shut up.
What is this witchcraft?
I'm here to brag.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
What are you going to brag about?
Shut up, Grande.
Between the RSG Guild and what's the name of your guild now? The Cabbage Patch Kids? The Garbage Pail Kids? What's the name?
The Heapsters.
Junkyard Dogs? What's the name of the guild? I'm serious.
Junkyard.
There it is, Junkyard. I knew
He would get to it eventually, yeah.
That was all Grande. That had nothing to do with me. I am a gracious loser.
I was not trying to screw it up. I knew it had garbage or junkyard in the name. So I was trying to remember it.
We used to be Jakku. That's why we changed it to Junkyard.
Oh,
okay.
Finn, the moment.
So you guys won, right? How'd the battle go?
It was very stressful. I don't know if it was stressful for Finn, but it was very
Yes,
stressful.
it was.
It was very close the whole time. I had to go to bed, and we were up like 100.
Dang.
Yeah, there were everyone tags going every hour or so.
Yeah, I think I spammed the crap out of my guild. One of my members was like, "Stop yelling at us."
You've changed, crazy, and not for the best.
I was like, "I'm not singing on the internet."
Well, now that you have won and kicked the snot out of Finn, I want to thank you for that. What song have you chosen for young Finnadoodle to have to sing?
I haven't decided yet. There's so many options.
Mm-hmm.
So we lost, but in our losing rewards, I got a full piece.
Hey.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Holy cow!
Do you have an idea of the song that you're looking at?
My guild wants him to sing something by Justin Bieber.
Oh no.
I was thinking I wanted him to dress up as an Ewok and sing Gin and Juice.
Yeah. Well, it's your bet. I mean, sorry,
Yeah,
you don't have really no
I-
say into this.
Contrary to popular belief, I do not have an Ewok costume. I have an Ewok plushie that I hug repeatedly, but I do not have a costume.
There was a request for him singing "It's Raining Men."
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of options. I want to make this choice carefully. I haven't decided yet.
Mm.
I want to give my guild input too, because they did work their butts off for my bet. So
if you could you get input from my guild as well? Because I'm sure they will enjoy it as well.
yes.
So-
Someone requested something by like Shakira last night.
Oh,
I think that was because you said the
Na, na, na,
costume,
na.
they wanted me to dress up as Shakira.
I think if you do Shakira, you have to dance to the dance.
Yeah,
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I have like a single ab, and I don't think that's gonna work properly.
I don't know
for
if
the
I
way
want to
she
see
does.
Finn dressed. No, that's awful. Oh.
I think that'll make it better.
Oh, that'd be horrifying. Oh. I mean, the thing
I
is-
could have him do a speedo and do the "I'm sexy and I know it" music video.
Oh,
Please
dang.
don't. As a request, please don't.
Or
It was doing a karaoke.
Some things
Last
you
time I went
can't.
to a karaoke bar,
Yeah,
there was
I
nobody
think
dressed
it was just
up.
karaoke. I don't know if I want to ever.
I
see
may
Finn.
dress up as long as it's not something crazy. And
Yeah.
Speedo is kind of
I was gonna say get him to dress up like Lady Gaga and have him do one of her songs.
Oh, the options are endless. How am I supposed to choose?
I know you've got a
Yeah,
cornucopia of options in front of you for
Yeah.
young.
I do have a potential other suggestion that I'll PM you, Crazy, if you want to go that route as well. So I'll PM you.
Okay.
Don't
But
let him try to trick you, Crazy. You go with what your
No,
heart
it's not.
feels.
She may enjoy this better, but I don't know. It's up to her. So I'll send her the suggestion. Because if she likes it, then it'll be a surprise for her.
So when is this gonna happen? Is it gonna happen immediately, or I mean, what's the timeline
As
of
soon
this?
as possible. Once I pick a song, then whenever Finn can send me footage. Oh, I'm so excited for this. And I'm so relieved. I was so stressed out last night.
What was the final
She
tally?
was gonna have to sing their mix a lot.
Oh, that's what it was. Baby got back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot was brought up.
What was the final? I just tweeted.
I think
it.
you got us for like 3,000 at the end.
We cleared the back territories, which I was worried.
I think Finn should have to sing YMCA by the Village People.
The final tally was 15,076 from us and 12,389 from
Damn,
them.
they
So
stomped you, Finn.
It was close until the end, yeah. They broke through one of the territories that we really needed to hold, and it didn't hold. So then it was kind of over for us.
We missed a full clear by 8 squad.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were expecting you guys to go top. And you guys went bottom, and we're like, what? No!
The enemy's not doing what we want him to do.
I mean, it was kind of good because we put Chewie ships on defense so that we could make sure to take out the top.
Ah.
So it's good you didn't go that high up, but the middle had like all of our top arena teams, and you didn't do the middle, and we were like, no! Our bottom had like year 10 and 11, and we were like, no, not that way, no.
But in the end, Finn just didn't have enough firepower to overcome your strategery, and thus he is a broken man.
I think his guild was more efficient when at least at the beginning when I was looking, like we had more teams beaten, but they had more banners or something. That part was interesting. I was like, I wonder if, because it was being so close, I was wondering if the more efficient team was going to win.
Infinity's theorized on that before, about the more efficient team winning.
The more efficient team, I mean, it doesn't matter so much as the territories, but the issue is the ships. So when you go to the bottom, ships give you more points because you get points for the 4 reinforcements. So your point totals can go from 6 to 24 instead of 6 to 20. So you naturally get like a few more points repeatedly in ships as you clear them out. So that always helps with going top.
The frustrating part with ships, though, is if you can't like kitchen sink it because you have to use a commander. If there's one ship left, you have to use your main.
I was counting your attempts, by the way. I was like, they only have so many left. I'm hoping, and that's like, crap, they beat this one with 1. No.
I was seeing people take out them first try, and I was PMing them like, "You rock."
Yeah, we were seeing that, and it was like, crap, our defense didn't hold.
Crazy's giving the 4th of July speech from Independence Day. To her guild.
She's over there like brave, like freaking William Wallace.
I know. You can't be crazy. Crazy's 8 feet tall. Yes, I've heard. And if she was here, she would consume Finn with fire. And then you see Finn across the battlefield in an overly sized armor and stuff going, why am I here? What's happening?
All right. So on that note, I unfortunately have to go because I have a meeting I need to get to. So
yes,
I'll PM you, Crazy, with my idea, and then you can decide.
Yes,
that was a good game.
Congrats to you for destroying the evil nation of Fininatus and putting him in his proper place. We appreciate that from you, Crazy. And I'm sure everyone's highly anticipating the song that Finn has to do with Infamy. Oh, no.
Oh, I'm going to go get some coffee and sit there like, more.
Is it evil coffee?
I'll make it evil. It'll become evil.
We're gonna
it's like
throw
Pinky in the brain.
Yeah,
Pinky in the brain.
I know.
It's like, what's that plan?
To throw Finn into liquid hot magma, Pinky.
And to take over the world.
We'll have to do some more bets like this. So, all right, I think we're going to wrap up our show because we've been going almost an hour and a half. So, I'm glad everybody can join it. Crazy, you want to pimp anything since you're here? Other than domination of Finn, yeah.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, Crazy Excuses. Mm-hmm. Check it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fun stuff. I've been going on Galactic War Report, so check them out if you haven't. I don't know why you haven't, but yeah. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Oh, God, absolutely. We'll have to have you more on, but you're always so busy.
I know. Something always comes up, but I miss you guys.
I know. You just got to come hang out with us more. Xylo, you want to pimp your channel real quick, bud?
Yeah, just check me out. Xylo Takedown is WGOH. Follow me on Twitter. Like and subscribe. Really appreciate it, Ranger.
All right. Mike, did you ever get on? I thought I invited
No,
him.
he didn't.
No, he must have.
Mike didn't come on.
He must have been dealing with sweary daughter or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this is the RSG channel. We lunch stream every day, Monday through Friday from 12 to 1. The other streams we do is Wednesday show from 8 p.m. till whenever we get done covering the latest news, the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, news and notes, and telling you all, breaking it down and telling you what it all means. Tomorrow we have the Jedi Academy, which will be from 10 a.m. to, whenever we get done. It's a Q&A show where we bring the best and the brightest of the game changers and YouTubers like Remon Warrior, and all those guys and gals together and basically just answer your questions for a couple hours. And then Saturday night's the Mature Channel stream where we just sit back, have fun, play games, be goofy, drink, have a good time. Also check out our other stuff. Finn's been doing some Pixark. He also is going to be doing some more Battlefront on PC version. I will be doing some more Battlefront 2 today. We'll get that going here in a little bit. Got somewhat kind of a headache, so I'm trying to wait for this to kind of dissipate a little bit before I start streaming for like ungodly amounts of hours to Battlefront 2. But make sure you support the channel, guys. Make sure you give us the thumbs up. Leave comments. It's always a great way to support the channel. Also subscribe, not just to us, but to Crazy and other people in the community's channels. That really helps our channel grow and helps them keep putting out the great content that you guys enjoy and listen to. Remember, if you're listening to this afterwards, you can check us out on YouTube and watch the recap and replay on YouTube. They do have that function. Also, we have this downloaded on iTunes. You can listen to it as a podcast. You can download it and listen to it whenever your lunch break is. So thanks to Crazy and Grim and Sanely and Xylo and Frenchie Grande Patron and the defeated Dr. Finn Medicine Woman. Thank you all for being here. Thank you everybody in the chat. Have a great rest of your weekend if we don't hear back from you. But if not, keep listening and subscribing and wait for the next round of content we're going to be putting out. It's always coming fast and furious. So that's the way to find out if subscribe, and you will know when we're putting it out. So everyone have a great rest of your day, and we will holler at you later. Peace.